The amount of negative reviews this movie received upon release really had me interested in seeing it. And after I've seen Terminator Genysis, I had to say, wow, it is a bad movie. It really doesn't need to exist. It really doesn't have a purpose in this world of movies. Terminator Genysis is one of those movies in which studios just decide, hey, this franchise, this could be a gold mine. Let's make another film. And let's make a trilogy to reinvigorate. Let's make a trilogy to make more money. Screw the other films before it. Let's just make more money. So, Terminator Genysis is really not a good film. And it can't possibly be because it's just being constantly pushed to its release date without any passion or love put into it. This is a very soulless movie. That being said, there are some elements to enjoy. The throwbacks to the original 1984 Terminator film are pretty good, if not distracting. Arnold is at the top of his game, and some of the plot devices actually work, but Terminator Genysis is still very much a big, messy corporate film that shouldn't exist and really shouldn't be given much credit at all. Alan Taylor really doesn't feel like making a Terminator film here. He just wants to make a sci-fi movie because he doesn't respect the other films before it, especially the first two, which are arguably the best films in the franchise. He just wipes them clean, forgets about them, throws them aside, is completely disrespectful, and I really didn't like the way the film treated the first two films. Oh, they didn't happen. We can just make other films that are just corporate, are made to make money so the studios can be happy. This is very passionless. The action is awful. There is no momentum in the action at all. It's not engaging. It's not fun. It's not funny. It doesn't work. The actors don't seem to know what they're doing with their characters. The writing is all over the place. Alan Taylor should have looked after that. Where was he when this film was being written? And why didn't he try to fix it up? I'm sorry, but Alan, get your stuff together. You're making a movie, not a commercial for two other movies that may not even be made due to the poor critical reception of this film and box office performance. Make a movie. Feel something for that movie you just made. Arnold Schwarzenegger is really the icing on the cake, if you can really describe Terminator Genysis as a cake. It's very much far from that, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is by far the best thing about this film. He still has the charisma, he can still kick a lot of butt. At however old he is, he was the best part of the film. You can tell he loves being this character, and the character in turn loves him. And this is really the only sense of passion I felt for the film. Arnold really wanted to do this, and that was so great to see on screen. It's not sad at all. It was really well done, and the best parts of this film have to do with Arnold. J.K. Simmons also shows up for a brief time and is pretty good. He's a great actor, so even if the role isn't really completely there in the script, which is what happened to this character, he still finds a way to make the character work. The character was useless, but his performance was good. Emilia Clarke is a competent Sarah Connor, or at least she tries to be. The script is not there for her. She's not given an arc because she's not in the same place she was in the original Terminator film. This isn't the same 1984. You don't get to go see her go from shy to just awesome. He is just awesome throughout this whole film. So there's no art, there's nothing to connect to anybody in the theater watching. And Jai Courtney as Kyle Reese is bland, emotionless action guy. The same thing Chris Pratt was in Jurassic World. Just not really a great character at all. Kyle Reese was never a buff guy. He was the hero in a way, but never a buff guy. And this is what Jai Courtney is. He's just bland, boring. I didn't like watching him at all. I don't think anybody could have liked watching him at all. Jason Clarke tries to be the best John Connor he could be, but it just fails. This thing they're trying to bring, that he's the Terminator, is not interesting. It's not well written. And Jason Clarke just ends up just coming across as a little bit creepy. And not creepy in a good way. He just is very, very dull. And I can't see why they wanted to make him the villain. Why is he the villain of the film? And the film never gives a great reason for that either. It's a stupid reason. Matt Smith is Skynet in this film, and I'm just going to throw this out here for 30 seconds, because that's as long as they threw him out, completely underused. He's Doctor Who. He's in a time-traveling movie, and he's not even news. Do you see how stupid that sounds? James Cameron, how much money will you pay to say nice things about Terminator Genysis?
A new film, which in my mind I think of as the third film.
The T-1000 is in this movie. He's not cool, he's not fun, and again, is underused. The writing is really bad in this movie. It's just trying to set up two sequels that will never happen, or shouldn't happen. And they don't care about these characters. They don't care about what they're doing to these characters. They may have thought they were trying to do something cool, but it turns out to not be cool at all. It just is frustrating and quite disrespectful to the fans of the Terminator franchise. Now, there are good things in Terminator Genysis, and one good thing in the writing. The relationship between Sarah Connor and the T-800 is actually charming. I think that has a lot more to do with the performances than the writing, but it actually works. It's the only relationship in the film that works. The action scenes are super quick and don't leave an impact at all. Arnold versus Arnold sucks. It's stupid. The bus scene, completely forgettable. The helicopter chase, completely forgettable and boring. So, Terminator Genysis is a hot mess. It's a hot, sticky mess that you can't get your fingers out of. There isn't much of a way you can fix this franchise. But there are some enjoyable moments. Arnold is good. J.K. Simmons is good. If you're not into fantastic action scenes, you could have some fun. And there is one sweet relationship in this whole film. Terminator Genysis gets a 4.9 out of 10.